Okay, glorious day in the Highlands and the sun's just about to set, so I'm going to be quick on this review. This is looks exactly the same as the plane I reviewed a couple of weeks ago, and you're probably thinking, why has he got one? Well, this one has an extra control. The other one just had a throttle control, and then you could push this either side and the motors would change, so you actually had a bit of sort of rudder control with it. And this one's actually got a third control, and that's here, coming through here, and we've actually got elevators on this one. Now, in the manual, it keeps calling them rudder, and you can alter how much control, the actual rate of the elevators by pressing this. It starts in low rates, press this and it goes up into high rates. So we've got a throttle here, and that just basically gives it a load of revs, and then we can alter the elevator here, as I was saying, and then by doing this you almost get a rudder effect. So the motors will actually, one motor on this one actually stops and the other one powers round to make it turn. Now that's an interesting difference on the other one I reviewed, because no matter how much stick input you gave it, it never stopped one of the motors, so the turn wasn't that quick. So I'm hoping this one will turn in a bit quicker as well, which will be good. It's an auto bind system. You can either turn the plane on first of all, or the transmitter. I'm just going to pop the transmitter on first of all. Make sure your throttle's off and then turn on the plane. You have flashing LEDs there. There we go, it's getting all ready to go, and there we go, I'm nice and solid. There we are, we're to go. And let me just show you what I was meaning about this, the control here. See if I can do this all in one hand. So if I go like that, it's just spinning the right hand motor, as you can see. That didn't happen on the other one. As soon as you actually put in any of this stick input, they would both spin. So it's well, I'm going to see how it goes. So yeah, literally in the first flight I've not had a chance to get out with it or anything. I'm going to start in low rates and I'm just going to see how I get on. So let's see how we do. Oh yeah, she's nice and controllable. Oh yeah, that's lovely. Oh, it's much better than the other one already. Yeah, that's cool. That's really nice. Oh yes, much better. Oh, into a stall. I've got absolutely no breeze at all here. God, look at that for slow flying. Look at her come round. She is very controllable. This is actually a really nice way of flying, especially if you want to just have a little play with the planes. Look at her. Oh, look at her for slowness. God, it's gorgeous. So that's in low rates, and that's the sort of maximum amount of ascent we can do, so it's not really that much. Well, I don't know, it's quite good actually. Sorry, I wasn't giving it any more throttle input, and the actual throttle input made a heck of a difference, as you would imagine. Really a nice little flyer, beautiful. Whoa. I'm not complaining about that sun, it's beautiful. Look at this, you could almost get a glide out of it. So that's in, basically that's in low rates. Whoa, actually in high rates, whoa, she's really manoeuvrable. Whoa, I don't even know whether we'll be able to do a loop with her. I'm a bit loath to do a loop so early on in a review, but yeah, it's the amount of input she gives. Not quite, not yet anyway. We haven't finished the review yet. Yeah, did a loop. That's cool. I like this plane. This is just so simple flying. It's really nice, and you can virtually just sort of stop her in the air as well. Look at that. That's really cool. Beautiful. I didn't put the landing gear on because whoa, look at that for control. That's really nice. I'm not really good with planes. If you know the channel at all, you know I'm not particularly great with them. Well, that one's a really easy flyer, really nice. And you're getting the sort of full, you feel as though you're getting the full control with it as well. Yay! Yeah, definitely able to loop her without any problems. You can't barrel roll her, but you can loop her for sure. Whoa! Nice! I'm easy pleased. It's sunny, I'm out. It's the end of January in the Highlands of Scotland. I'm happy little bunny, I tell you. This thing's awesome. And so recoverable as well. If you do anything really daft like I just did there, so all the throttle was off and everything, and still managed to get her going. And she gets a fair old turn of speed as well. Yeah, you can almost barrel it. You just haven't got that input. It's just not enough on the sticks there. I know some people have told me to pulse it, and it makes it better. But honestly, I've tried it in the garden, and I hopefully put the video up I actually did it on, and it doesn't make any difference. Whee! There we go. Yeah, it doesn't turn tight. You cannot get a tight turn on it. Even if I pulse it, it makes no odds at all. But I do appreciate people making the comments and sort of like, you know, give this a try, give that a try. Oh, she's getting really brave now. Look at this. Oh, and yeah, slightly sort of a loop and slight barrel. You can only do this in the high rates. If I put it back into low rates, it doesn't get anywhere near that. So just pop it back into low rates, and then I can show you. I'll do the same sort of manoeuvre again. Yeah, see, all she'll do is just sort of lift the nose. Really nice flyer, really controllable. I'm going to put it up in high rates. I was having far more fun in high rates. Look at that for control. Lovely. This thing is seriously good fun. I'll get a good long flight time out of it as well. And actually, if you had something with a bit of an updraft or something on the edge of a hill, it would be absolutely brilliant, I think. Nice. Whoa! It's virtually unstallable, actually. I've got a little bit of throttle on, obviously. Okay, that's out of full power. Like I say, she sort of does her own little manoeuvre when you're at full. I don't know what that manoeuvre would be called. Deathly if you're in a... I think it's supposed to be a Phantom, this one, from what I remember. Nice. Oof. That was called taking your eye off the ball. I think they call that one. Oh no, look what I did there. I'm actually going to give that another go. That was a really stupid mistake to do. When I went to turn around, I just took my head off, and I was actually putting it into a dive so I could do a nice real big loop. It proved to me you can't do that. I'm actually just going to... Oh no, it's not going to stay there, is it? So you can see how she sort of self-stabilises. As I tilt this, it's actually changing the angle on the back here, so the gyro's working pretty well. That was quite a real impact. I literally just ploughed in behind me, as you saw there. So this has come off. I've got no super glue with me, and it will take, by the time I get home, it will be dark. I'm just going to pop that in my pocket. I know this is probably not going to work, but I'm actually just going to try and fly it like that, so it hasn't got the dart bit at the front. And to be honest, I've had so much fun with it, I'm not going to be upset whatever happens, and I can easily glue that back on. That really won't be a bother. Yeah, it flies perfect. See, it's just a little bit shorter. Actually, it's not. I've got, that's full throttle. I wonder if the battery's nearly gone. Yeah, I think that might have been it, as well as my trying to put it into a dive. Here we go. Yeah, definitely. I've got the throttle on. I've got the throttle on full, and she's really not happy. Yeah, we're on full throttle and she's not doing anything now. How much fun is that? Whoa, lovely. It is so controllable. Actually, if you're an experienced pilot, you probably find it really boring because it's pretty difficult to actually do anything really bad with it, to be honest. But actually, if you're new to it, just seriously good fun. I reckon that's walk pace without any problem there. Yeah, that certainly is. There we go, you can do some really nice tight turns with it. If you sort of play around with the controls, it's really nice actually. It's quite a nice little challenge actually. And if you just use the throttle, it will just sort of stabilise itself out, give it a load of throttle and it start to ascend slightly. Nice turn, yeah, it's much better turning than the other one I had. Okay, so that was a load of fun. I'm going to run a load more footage for you as well. I've put the landing gear on, though I couldn't use it out in the field. If you had some tarmac, even if it wasn't that smooth, to be honest, this stuff is pretty springy and flexible. I think it would just take a fair old, you could come in quite hard or catch a bit of roughness, and it just seems to want to sit on its landing gear quite happy. It doesn't seem to want to tip over, which is really nice, good design. And they just simply push in, so if you want to use it one day and not another, you can just pop them in and out. You don't have to sort of stick them in or anything. By the way, the plane came fully assembled, which I liked, and it was just literally charge up the battery, pop 4 AA batteries into the transmitter, and then you're good to fly. Other things you get in the box, you get a couple of spare props with it, and I didn't actually damage the props at all on the landings that I did. And you get a USB charger, and it's actually got 2 out ports, so you can actually charge 2 batteries if you get yourself another spare one. The battery is a single cell 300 milliamp hour, and it's a lossy micro connector. Now on all the websites and everything, they say it's 250 milliamp hour, but I can assure you I've got 2 of these and they're both 300 milliamp hour. Pop it into there and then charge it up with a power bank if you're out and about, or your laptop, or a mains adapter, or your car, or whatever, and it takes about 30 minutes to charge, so you're not out of the air for that long. And I got 9 minutes on my flights with this, and I was on the throttle quite a bit. If you were somewhere where you had a little bit of an updraft or something or other, or you're flying into the wind a little bit more with wind, you could probably glide a fair little bit, but it just depends. But I mean, 9 minutes, no problem at all. I said I had 2 of them, and here's the other one I've got. Now, these are 2, they call about as 2 different models. They're both A100s, as you can see, but one's an SU27 and one's a J11. Now, they are absolutely identical in every single thing apart from the colour. That's about all the difference is. And at the moment, they got this one at over 30 quid, I think, and I've got a link that I'll put down in description for you. You can get this one for 25 quid at the moment. It's on special offer. Use the link, and then I would definitely go for it. I've had a blast with the thing. It's really good fun, and the stalling and the fun of it is really good, and you can start to get really tight turns with it. If you start playing with the sticks quite a bit and doing a sort of second flip, she really does turn in quite nice and tight. So I just thought I'd compare it up to the one I reviewed probably 2-3 weeks ago now. Now this only has 2 controls. It doesn't have the elevator at the back here. Now in all the paperwork they call this a rudder. Now I do not call that a rudder. I'm not a plane expert, I must admit. I'm more into the quads than the planes, but there's no way that's a rudder, but that's what they call it. So I'm not going to argue if that is correct, then I apologise, but yeah, to me that would be an elevator, I must admit. Now this one doesn't have that, and also when you do turns and everything, it starts to drop out of the sky. You've got to tweak around with everything to actually keep it in the air, and it wasn't such an enjoyable experience as this. And with this on offer at the moment, it's about the same price as this one, so I wouldn't even be looking at this one. I would definitely go for that one. That in mind, this one, they're both EPP materials, but this definitely has a coating over it of like a thick paint, which makes it a much more durable material than this one, I would have thought. But mind you, no damage has happened to either of them actually, and I'm not the most careful pilot in the world, as you probably noticed. So 25 quid for a plane with 3-channel controller and everything, I think is really good value for money. I've had a blast with it, and I'm actually going to clear a little bit of space in the hangar so that it can actually stay in the Tigger domain. So I shall be playing around with it a little bit more, and the grandkids will get a go when they come over as well. Hope you've enjoyed the review, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.